Exorcisms are a morbid fascination to many people, and with the Pope's exorcist out, interest in exorcism has gone up. Now, let me explain what Catholics actually believe about exorcism. The Catholic Church believes demons are real. They're not some representation of the highest evil a human could possibly be. When God created the heavens and the earths, all angels made the choice either follow God or follow Lucifer. Needless to say, one third of the angels chose poorly by choosing Lucifer, and they got thrown out of heaven. Next time you screw up, just note that you didn't end up getting thrown out of heaven for a harebrained scheme. And now they prowl about the earth seeking the ruin of souls. Because they are too stubborn to accept that they're wrong and that their harebrained rebellion against literal omnipotence, omnipresence, and omniscience was a bad idea, they haunt houses, cause misfortunes, possess people, and of course, temptations. Their goal is to turn you away from God so that they have a company in hell. Misery loves company after all. Oppression, haunting, and possession are just rare means of sadistic pleasure for them. Their modus operandi really is just the whispering in your ear. What causes demonic possession is unknown, but there are a few trends. Asking spirits to manifest in order to divine information from them. Living in serious sins like, I don't know, murder. And the most obvious, making a deal with the devil. They're not going to manifest every single time you sacrifice an animal to summon a spirit. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was making people believe he didn't exist. Not every mass murderer is demonically possessed. The devil didn't need his own tempter in order to instigate a war on God. And not everyone will get a demon show up in front of them every time they offer to make a demonic pact. There are some signs that demoniacs hold in common which make them distinct from mental illnesses. Superhuman strength is one of them. If bedridden 80-year-old Gran in hospice can start throwing around 6-foot tall bodybuilders, then you can start talking about demonic activity. Manifesting knowledge that you should not know or have not tangentially studied is another sign of possession. Most commonly, you speak and write in languages with perfect fluency despite never actually studying that language. In addition, if the language is dead, like, I don't know, ancient Sumerian, then we have a problem. This knowledge of things you really shouldn't know includes hidden sins of random people you haven't ever met, or details about their life that they would never share with any other living soul. The final sign is that demoniacs have great repulsion and disgust towards holy icons, objects, relics, and books. According to Boyan from Bible Illustrated, Serbian and Russian psychologists will pour out holy water and medicine in order to see whether or not someone has an amazing repulsion towards the holy water. If they do, they would be recommended to a priest. Of course, placebos can also be used to achieve a similar effect. So, what exactly do Catholics believe about exorcism? Exorcism is the act of commanding a demon to leave. Jesus handed the apostles the authority to command evil spirits and demons in his name to leave, and in turn, the apostles passed on their power to bishops, the successors of the apostles. This is why the chief exorcist of a given diocese is the bishop who trains a priest to be an exorcist. I have been told that there is normally a junior and senior exorcist as well because you obviously need to train a successor. There are minor exorcisms, such as those done at baptisms. Yes, you as a Catholic were exorcised at one point. Catechumens undergo minor exorcism. See, not all demonic activity is dramatic. I mentioned the bishops and priests can exorcise. What about the laity? Well, the laity cannot do the solemn rite of exorcism. There is a passage in Acts of the Apostles, chapter 19, verse 15, where not clergy attempt to exorcise a demon who goes, Jesus I know, Paul I know of, but who are you? Before completely trouncing them. But never fear, laity, you can do something called deliverance. The Latin Church defines exorcism as the act of commanding a demon to leave. Deliverance is praying to God to remove a demon. Some churches, that's Protestant churches, don't split the two up in a legalistic way because they think that's splitting hairs. What happens during an exorcism amounts to paining a demon into leaving. Prayers will be said, gospels will be read, holy water and incense will be used and burned. It's worth noting that commanding demons to possess you over the demoniac is just a Hollywood dramatization. The church finds this to be idiotic. Why would anyone want to be the vessel of a demon when there's plenty of places to send them? I'm just saying, telling them to go burn in hell is a viable strategy here. As dramatic as exorcisms are, they aren't the go-to method to spite the devil, and multiple sessions of exorcism may be needed. That's not uncommon. If you're a faithful Catholic who wants to spite the devil, faithful Catholics do it all the time by living holy lives. That's it for this video. Please consider liking, subscribing, and tipping the channel on Ko-fi.